it's not hard to look the part without a lot of money. Like I'll give an example, right? Like my YouTube videos, right? It looks like I'm worth a bunch of $1 million or something. But what people don't know is like my production team is my best friend.
Yeah.
Like his friend just owns the suit shop. We just happen to record there, and he switches the angles. And dude, that suit that I wear on that channel, I bought that suit in 2016 for $300. You know what I mean? And my shirt is like $20. Even now, like I don't really. The only thing that's expensive here is probably the kidney that somebody could probably sell for like $1 million, and like my and like my headset, which is like $200-$300. But so I think here's the reason I never advise it, because one, there's a better opportunity cost with that money. So I'll give you an example. Let's say a Rolly is like 40-50. So what I tell people is like, why don't you just invest in a mastermind with a bunch of millionaires? It's the same price. But everyone's going to be in the same room. And then when you're in that room, nobody cares if you wear a nice watch or anything, because they know you're serious because you spent that amount of money. So they respect you. You can go in with a hoodie and people can go, oh, that guy's like really good. So I just think there's better ways to spend the cash. Unless you're like a watch dealer or like you're a diamond dealer or something like that. But I've never coached any one of those types of people. So that's what I would say.
I guess I'm thinking more as far as, because that would appeal more to a shallow-minded audience, I guess, right?
Correct.
And I guess in those business settings, those people aren't really fooled by those kind of theatrics at that point or in that set stage. Well, that goes into this segue then. First impressions. What is there a general advice you give to people as far as making a good first impression?
What I would say for first impressions, it always starts with, we need to learn how to practice networking and building relationships with people we already like, because that's the way we want to learn. So I'll give you my textbook exercises here. Number one, make a list of all of the questions that you wished other people asked you. So like for me, if you meet me in person, you ask me about the weather, like I won't care. I'll be like, dude, just look outside. Like this is the weather. Like, it's right there. It doesn't matter. So what are the questions that I want to ask other people that I wish people asked me? Hey, like on the street, let's say, like, what's your passion? What's your vision? What are you dreaming about? What are you excited about? What's the biggest lesson you learned about yourself this year? Like, that's the type of stuff I'm into, like really philosophical, really introspective. So I just ask that to other people. So what happens is when you ask these questions, two things happen. Either the person is like, what? And they run away, which either means like you don't need to talk to them because life is short. And then the other type is they go, shit, like where have you been my whole life? Let's have a conversation. And then they ask me the same questions back. That's the first thing. The second thing that I recommend you guys do is make a list called the value list, where you rank the top 5 relationships in your network, but you don't rank them by money or status or fame. You rank them by generosity. How much are they pouring into you? How much do they really care about you? And all you have to do is go to those 5 people. I heard a pen. I think someone's doing their value list right now. So it's funny. So then what you do is you make a list of these 5 people, and then you spend 80% of your energy just on helping those 5 people. Because you know what happens, guys, is when you help those 5 people, you just have to ask one question. Hey, can I meet your friends? And they go, yeah, of course you can meet my friends. And that's actually how I network. So besides getting on doing podcasts with people like yourselves, other than that, like a lot of my one-on-one meetings, it's not a podcast. I usually don't take it unless it's an intro from somebody that I know. And the reason is because if you meet, let's say, 100 people every year, which is a lot for most people, and we live for 50 more years, you only get to talk to 5,000 people out of like billions of people in the world. So the value list allows you to skip the first impression, except for the people you care about. And then you get better at building that muscle and having deeper conversations. And then you can apply it to others. Like, for example, if this was my first show, I would have freaked out because I would have gone on the show and be like, holy shit, why does this guy have a toque on? Like, why does he have a mask? Is he going to rob me? Right? But when you do like when you done it as many times as I have, dude, I've been on shows way like crazy. You guys are awesome, but I met like some people have been like absolutely nuts. So like I was on the show called Weirdos.tv. That was super funny. But anyways, so that's the point that I want to drive here. Overinvest in the people you already like. A lot of people just go from event to event and they try and meet new people instead of just double downing on the people they already like, because it's rare for us to like someone in general. And then when we do that, we just have them make introductions to our friends, and that's how we win the game of life.
That's awesome. That makes me think of that book by Dale Carnegie you mentioned, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Because I think the first chapter that was have a genuine interest in people, right? And so starting with that value list, sometimes also in the dating world, if you put on a fake character, you attract the wrong types of people. You know what I mean? So when it comes to the theatrics, the special effects, like putting on the fancy watch that you probably couldn't afford, you attract certain people that you probably wouldn't have magnetized towards you if you just were doing you, right? Just being genuinely you. So with that 5 value list, or that value list that you mentioned, you build genuine interest with people that are already in your circle. So that way you kind of manifest people that should be helping you get to where you need to go, right?
1000%.
So that's pretty interesting.